What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is iRacing Spec Racer Ford Challenge from Phillip Island. We have packed up the little Spec Racer Fords into the containers and shipped them down to Australia, as you can quite clearly see. There's a sign that says Australia. Anyways, 15-lap race, starting 4th here because I didn't qualify, because why not? Let's hope we have a nice, clean start. Okay, we got 2nd gear, we got 3rd gear. We are rolling! Already doing better than last week. Easy does it. 15 laps. Just settle in. Wait for the tires to come up to pressure.
Clear. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Settle in behind the salmon car. Yeah, salmon. Right there.
Side.
That color? That is salmon.
Stay on the left. Clear on the right. Left side. You're on the right. 3 wide. Left side. 2 wide. Clear on the left.
If you're going to defend your position, you got to defend. You got to defend your position. Can't leave the door open. That was just too good of a chance. I'm sorry, I just couldn't help but take it. I mean, there was just a lane right there. 2 for the price of 1 every single time. You got to go for it. Especially in that corner, which is really easy to pull that move off. Most deceptive corner on the course there. The goal is to take that corner as slowly as possible. Well, it seems as slowly as possible because it really does seem like you just basically get out and push the car. That is all about setting up for this long straightaway, because as soon as you exit that corner, you're flat out for about 6 kilometers.
You're in first.
What's this guy gonna do?
Car right. Clear.
He's gonna sniff. And yes, this is a 4th gear corner. At least in testing, I managed to turn it into a 4th gear corner. Of course, with the Spec Racer Ford having approximately 5 horsepower above about 6,000 RPMs, or excuse me, 5,000. Not really all that surprising. And I just saw that in my mirror. No contact, so we're all good. Didn't even faze me. And we got 3 cars out of the race, it looks like. So let's see if we can just log some laps and build up that gap. That is the goal, that is the mission, that is the aim. That is what we must do. And stupid me shifting down 1 too many times. 3rd gear. Third gear. Yeah. I do think we got pace on the field, but Spec Racer Ford has a habit of just throwing that out the window at some point in this race, so let's not get too excited right now. I just do not understand why this track is not raced more. This track is great. Love it in this car. Actually, I pretty much love it in every car. It just has a great natural layout. It's challenging, but at the same time, it's simple, where it doesn't take, 16 days to learn or anything like that. Which, even though you're really not seeing it right now, is largely to the benefit of the racing. I don't know, it kind of strikes me as the same situation as Olton Park, for example, here in iRacing, where it's not a bad track. It's a track people know, but at the same time, it's not a big time, big name, internationally well-known track, like for example Silverstone. I need to pay more attention to my driving. I'm getting sloppy with my driving. I was in practice with the guy that's in second place right now, and he was a couple of tenths slower than I was, but still competitive, so. So I'll have to pay attention. This corner just goes on forever. That corner is my nemesis when it comes to Phillip Island, that is for sure. And this corner right here is my favorite. Just really like that corner for some reason. It just hits me in the right spot. Just that nice fine balance as you go through the corner. Just feels good. Feels good. So way down, take a late apex, at least a later apex than you think you want to, and power on out of there. Plus, the best part of Phillip Island is that rumble strip there. Now, you can use third. I probably should have used third because my speed dropped too low there, but you can use third there just to get a little punch coming off the corner, but obviously with this car having a slower transmission, we'll say. Not sure what type of transmission it has specifically. All I know is I heel and toe it, which may or may not be right, but it works, so it is what it is. Doesn't bother me all that much. But with this engine in this car having basically no horsepower and having a decent amount of torque, it's just really no reason to go ahead and downshift. This is the reason that corner is a third-gear corner, because if you take it in second, you have no horsepower and you have about 5 revs left to work with. Looks like
You've
we're...
got 10 laps to go.
Noises be creeping me out, man. Ah! Don't want to touch grass. Touch grass there, you die instantly. This engine is just like ridiculously slow. Like, I've honestly never have thought about how crazy slow this engine is. And you want to shift around 5,500 RPM, it'll go up to 6,000, but really that's just for when you don't have enough time to shift. It's like it thinks it's a diesel, but it's not a diesel. Looks like we're opening the gap just a little bit. We're able to carry on a conversation with ease. Go grab third there because we're drifting out wide. As you can tell there's just no revs to work with. That's how what seems like a second gear corner becomes a fourth gear corner. Look at the birds. You guys see the birds? Probably won't see the birds with the whole YouTube compression, but there's birds up there. They're flapping their wings. Yes, that was an iRacing joke. So even when you exit that corner really slow, just means you get later apex through that line, through that corner, which means that you scrub off less speed from having the wheels turned. Which in a car like this is obviously a fairly substantial difference. Easy there, death wiggle. Like I said earlier, that corner is my nemesis. It's just so easy to lose it because you just want to go in there so deep. I think that's pretty much the whole moral of the story with Phillip Island. Looks like you could go in deep, but you can't. And have I ever mentioned I like that corner? There we go. It's nice. This car in this track, man, it's great. It's great. This is like the Australian Watkins Glen. It's simple, but it's not overly simple. But at the same time, it's just got that great flow to it. Which, conveniently enough, brings me to this race being ultra supremely convenient. So thank you, iRacing scheduling. Which, time out before I get on that topic. When you get in a situation like that where you start to get that death wiggle thing going on, don't try and counter steer too violently. Just let the car settle. It's one of the things that you see a lot of times in iRacing. A lot of drivers will try and correct that slide when the best thing really is to just take your hands off the wheel and let it run its course. At least in a corner like that, obviously. It's not always a luxury you have, but sometimes it is. But why this track is so convenient? Because, well, not right now, but probably as soon as I upload this video, because of the way timing works and everything, as well as the way things have been going around here on this YouTube channel. So I'm going to pass 10,000 subscribers. Woo! Yay! So let's see if we can stay up here in first place and win this race. But the convenient part of it is the fact that really, I think it's probably a race here from Phillip Island that is largely to blame. There's a race in the Indy cars a couple of seasons ago, ended up getting pushed off in turn 2. Fuel saving race was in effect, but I didn't really fuel save all that efficiently. Passed a whole buttload of cars. It was exciting. Barely made it to the finish. Honestly, probably one of the most memorable races in iRacing that I've ever had personally. It's just, it was exciting, it was intense, and fortunately somehow that video got a lot of views. I didn't do anything. It just did it itself. You guys did it for me, so thank you. But that's another excellent combination, which maybe we'll have to do a hosted race with the Indy car at Phillip Island, because that's a great combination. It's fun, it's fast, it's just awesome. I think that race, as well as probably the Silver Crown at Watkins Glen, probably been my two favorite races to watch back, because obviously I do watch back all of my videos because of the fact that, well, you never know what's going to happen. You never know if, you know, the video cut out or something, or there's a problem in the recording, so always double check if you're making videos. Good habit to get into. Although it is really weird, not gonna lie. And I have a feeling that lap is gonna be a PB right there. All with casual conversation going on. Could it be? Ow! Whoa! God, that lap felt fast. Or did I mess up in turn 2 again? I don't know. Just let the car run its course, run its flow. There you go. Good enough to survive, right? It's just so weird, because this hairpin in something like the V8 supercar that hairpin just feels so very, very, very ultra supremely narrow. Whereas in this car, it's like, oh, that's a hairpin? It's like a medium speed corner here. How different everything feels in a Spec Racer Ford. Anyways, on to other topics, seeing how this race is kind of turn out the way that you usually hope they go, although it doesn't necessarily make for the most entertaining video in terms of the racing on track. I know. But at the same time, I've also asked this question before about cutting stuff out, and you guys have said resoundingly, leave it in. So I don't think you guys necessarily mind all that much. You guys like watching some guy drive around in circles, hypnotically talking to himself. But yes, we will be doing a hosted race. I guess to, well, yellow flag, where are we at? I think he was over there to the right, off in the boonies. Nope, no, there's a guy up there. And I ran this guy over in practice because he just went straight on the racing line in turn one coming out of the pits, which is very easy to do. He's not the only guy who's ever done it. Everybody has done it, I'm pretty sure, at least once.
Slow car ahead, car stopped ahead, go right.
Woo! Woo! I have a bad habit in these things of stuff like that happening. Some bad voodoo or something. But we will be doing a hosted race. I don't know if you want to say to celebrate or anything like that, because it doesn't really, doesn't matter all that much to me. But it's just a number, although a pretty cool number. I never expected that, but when that will happen, not quite sure. Okay, just a second here. When that race will happen, not quite sure. Kind of waiting for the new build for iRacing, because what I would like to do, because Slade decided to talk smack, so now he's going to get run over. Yeah, you ain't going to beat me in a roof, Slade. It ain't going to happen at all. But I would like to run the Cadillac CTS VR as well as the Roof C-Spec for some Pirelli World Challenge action. We're going to race at Mid-Ohio, that much is certain. I'll have to talk to Slade because he wanted woo! Woo! I've been doing like the last 9 laps is having idle chit chat, and then okay. Anyways, but he's the reason that we're running Mid-Ohio. Blame him. Give me a list of tracks to choose from for his beating. And Mid-Ohio is the one that sounded the most fun. But like I said, was trying to say before I nearly managed to have a very embarrassing moment, is see about adding in some slower cars to the mix and doing a reserved slots type race. Really on that front, just waiting for iRacing though, to see what's going to go on with the new build that's going to be coming in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, somewhere around there, or something like that, which in theory could be, well, at least for me, absolutely glorious, because we're expecting new tire model version 5, which is what the roof is on, and why it drives so awesomely on the GT cars. So on the GT cars, have a much wider selection. They've already said that The C-Spec version, which is the car I prefer, will get its own standalone series. Not a fan of that. Not gonna lie. Put it in Global Challenge. Just do it. You know you want to. It's the right thing to do. It works best for iRacing. Just make it happen. But they're gonna put that in a standalone series, as well as the track version, the roof track version, as well as the McLaren MP4 12C GT3. That's a mouthful every single time. No wonder they shortened the name of the car. That's going to have its own standalone GT3 series, which we're expecting the McLaren will get the tire update as well, which, you know, that's going to be, I think you guys can probably figure out where you're going to be able to find me. Now the question is, which car will I drive? I honestly don't know. I think it's going to come down to which one is the lower populated car. I don't know. Part of me is a rear engine loyalist. Always seems I pick those rear engine cars in various mods for other sims, but at the same time I don't have nothing against the McLaren, which is a very nice looking car. I just don't really care for the way it drives right now because it is kind of hovercrafty. It was great. It was a great car. It was one of the best in iRacing, if not the best in iRacing, until they rebuilt the Ford GT into the Ford GT.
One
Car's
more lap to
fantastic
win.
now, FYI. And Marcos is getting really excited. And meanwhile, I am spazzing the heck out right now. Oh God. I've had bad luck in this car, man. I must have angered the Spec Racer Ford gods. Okay, easy does it. Easy does it. I think we can probably just stay behind this guy and still manage to win. I hope. Oh, this guy is going so slow. This isn't the New Jersey Turnpike there, dude.
Right side. Clear.
Thank you. Crisis averted. For now. There's a couple more corners. Of course. Yeah. You know, we managed to bin it there, but barring catastrophic failure, I think we're going to make it home, and I think that's, believe it or not, first iRacing win of 2014, as well as my first win of the Spec Racer Ford. Woo, yeah! Come on, Australia, man. Do your thing.
You won. Awesome job.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah. That's what happens.
Matt.
Did that guy just speak Australian at me? That's what happens when you go 3 wide in the hairpin on lap 1. Don't try that at home, kids.
I'd had a little bit more for you, but my car was bent full race, but I still doubt I would have caught you, though. You're just really cruising there.
So that's that. Yes, indeed. We were really cruising. So hope you guys enjoyed. Here's to the next 10,000. Yeah. Bye.